back to the channel and welcome back to yet another Mark III Focus RS in magnetic grey this time. Nice colour that. So the car is completely stock. I know that for a fact because where he bought it from, Chris at Moore's Motors in Weston-super-Mare there, is like the top guy to go to really for your Mark III Focus RS, Mark II Focus RS, anything RS, but he only deals in completely stock vehicles, super low mileage, and minters really. He's not interested in anything modified at all. So we know, you know, I always recommend somebody to go to them, to Chris, if they want to buy a out of the box Mark III Focus RS or Mark II or Mark I, whatever. But look him up, check him out on his Facebook and website, Moore's Motors, and you see what he's got up there. Previous sales and that sort of stuff. He's a real petrolhead as well. So, but anyway, back on to what we're doing here. New customer. This was, we talked about this many months ago with a customer and bucked it in. This is when he wanted to do it, April/May, but we've got it in now. So it's coming in, it's going to have a Revo STG1 software on it, SPS, which we always compliment them with that, makes sense too. Cylindrical footwear, rear lower motor mount, recirc on the turbo, sound suppressor on the RS, not applicable on the ST250, but the recirc upgrade, the Forge one's very similar to the ST250, but the sound suppressor will, some of them suffer from that horrible like squeaky noise coming from the turbo, so it eliminates that. All right, we're going to service it as well, and we've got some quite nice mud flaps to go on it, the rally flaps, but they've got the logo RS in the performance blue colour, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to be fitting that. So Scorpion catback, non-valved. So he's already got the defeater plug-in on this, so it keeps the valve open anyway. So that was his choice. He's just wanted to go for a non-valve. He's not interested in being able to quieten the thing down. So that's great. So we're going to be fitting that up. I say it's a little bit more, you know, involved in these than, as opposed, I've said before, like the Golf TCR, which is like runs under the subframe. This is, you go cut it, it goes over, and too many bits and pieces to attach to it. But anyway, it's all good fun, isn't it? The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be fitting a set of Ray's super light wheel nuts, like the ones we normally fit. They are brilliant. They come with a locker as well, in black. That's what he's going to go for. So we'll do that as well. Anything I missed, Nor? I probably have, but anyway, we'll... oh, plugs. So we're going to put the Cuda running LTR plugs in it as well. But if there's anything I missed, we'll recap on it later. So what we need to do now is, like I said, we've got... It's a bit Mark III Focus RS mad at the moment. But yeah, so we'll crack on with this, and then the next bit we do, we'll talk to you about that, and then go from there. So see you soon. Enjoy. Right, so we're back. Next bit of info on the Mark III Focus RS, the lovely magnetic grey one. So we'll start with, there's the old exhaust slut. We put the cardboard down. It's a little bit grubby because we've been walking over it. I did tell Laura to walk around it, but she's decided to walk across it. You can see we're a big size 10s, look. All right, so there's the old exhaust slut. We don't need to, with the Scorpion exhaust, which we'll show you in a sec, they do give you a bracket, which is here, look, which is quite good actually. They've made that so that if you want to still support the valve on from the car, from the chassis side of things, it don't work. But as for those who still want to keep it connected and they haven't got the defeater, which fools it to thinking that it's still there. So we don't need any of that. We just leave it off because he's gone for the non-valved. So anyway, so mud flaps. These are the made for us by Rally Flaps. There's nothing super exclusive about them. Anybody can get them, but you won't see it listed with the Ford Performance Blue RS. We had to specify that. So yeah, we use them because they come with a proper fitting kit. They fit right. I've never had one that doesn't fit properly. They're really good quality, 4mm thick PVC. Ideal. So that's going to go stick with the theme which he wants. He wanted the same as Richard's black Mark 3 RS. We're in the midst of doing the running in on it with the mega build, but he prefers the Ford Performance Blue. I like it as well. I like the nitrous blue as well. Do you like it too?
I like it too.
Yeah. Pity we ain't got anybody else here to like it as well, because we could do a trio of likes. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so that's just the brackets, which is already sort of like mapped out, and you've got to just bend it in the right configuration. But yeah, I'll always look at the instructions. I can't remember. It's been ages since I've done one of them, so just refer to that. Right, swing around, Lord. There we go. Bang. So we'll start on the rear. So this is the Scorpion catback, and with the polished tips, we've just configured them. Looks really cool. So the only silencer you've got on it is this. It's quite throaty, isn't it? Quite a nice sound.
Deep, yeah.
They're all different, which is good. Miltech sounds different than the Scorpion, and sounds different than someone else, I suppose, isn't it? But we just wander under that. So yeah, they configure it differently where it comes over the axle. Look, so it like splits into two there, and but yeah, nice with the Scorpion engraved emblem on there. Like I said, I do like the Scorpion. It's nice, and over the axle, all clamped up, and then to the front. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? But like I said, on these, you know, you have to chop them, which obviously on the original, you just chop it there. So that's that side of it. The front wheels are off. We'll let it down and show you the mud flap. Flaps fitted on the front. See, it's good because I can keep talking there, look. Even with all the commotion going on, and you can still hear me because of these super duper Rode mics. So the audio's great, the picture's great. Lots of people have been commenting on. Lost you there, look, where you gone? Oh, that's better. I can't see you now. Yeah, lots of people have been commenting on, you know, the quality of the audio and the picture quality, which is surprising because Laura's the one who's doing the camera work. So
You're very cheeky today, Martin.
very right. Come hither. Yeah. Right. So what we'll do, look, and I have to bring it down this level because Laura's like quite short. I've got to be careful how I identify that. Yeah, exactly, because you know, you just got to be careful what you say, haven't you? So anyway, so there's the mud flap fitted. They're fairly straightforward on the front. Like I say, the rears, you've got the framework there to do. But yeah, so there we are. Look, lovely. Comes with all the bit like the number plate side of it, where you get the little covers, button covers to go on there. So obviously, just so it will start rusting. But then there you go. Let's see. The RS looks really cool,
Beautiful,
doesn't it? So well, you can't really see it, but so you might be able to actually. So in there, look, if you look in there, look, see this on the side of the turbo, you can see them two. Yeah, you see them there. Look. So one's for the recirc, one's for the sound suppressor. All right, and here it is. Look. So basically, this is on the side of the turbo. That's the original sound suppressor. Well, it's not the sound suppressor; it's the blank in it, which goes in there. And then your circlip. This is the recirc side of it. So basically, what we do is we replace that with something similar, but it gets blanked off. Revo side of it we use. It's quite inexpensive on that. It's about 30 quid, I think, isn't it? Something like that, plus that for one of them. So that'll get rid of that horrible squealing noise that some of them produce. That's the plastic recirc side of it, which you've seen lots of times before. ST250 is all the same. Different recirc though, and different turbo in it. So, as we said before, this is the Forge billet one. We'll change the spring. It'll have a green spring in there. We'll change that for the uprated yellow one. There's the seals to go with it because we're doing a Revo Stage 1 on it, aren't we? So, as I said before, if you weren't doing a Revo Stage 1, you would keep it. Well, it's up to you. You can put that spring in it if you want, but it's only really for like upgrade applications. But right, so next stage is to get them fitted on. Then I can put the wheels back on. Then I can move the rear, jack the rear up. You have to take the wheel off. Easier, messing around. I always take the front wheels off as well. Messing around trying to get a screwdriver in there and do all this up. Just, you know, if you haven't got access to a ramp, and it's different for us because this is what I do as a business, so it's easy, isn't it? Whereas like if you're trying to do it on the road, whatever, it can be a little bit tricky. So, but you can do it with the wheels on. You just turn them on a full lock, all right, and then just get a little ratchet screwdriver with a, you know, with a little bit in the end for, you know, screwdriver side of it. So we'll get the rear jacked up, and then I'll do the rear mud flaps. exhaust is done, that'll be done. I've got a rear motor mount to do, plugs to do, service to do, software to put on. Blimey, where does it end?
Done.
It does, yeah. And then, you see, look, Phil's there, look, we might as well just show you that. So I've got Phil's there, which the head's back now. Laura's just been and picked that up from our super duper buddy, magician, whatever you want to call him, Pete Willis. He's the man. All right, so yeah, we'll talk about him a bit later, but very, very talented. No young spring chicken, Laura, is he?
Oh, no, he's
Probably in
not.
his 70s, isn't he? But old school.
Yeah.
You know, everything done by hand, none of this CNC stuff. Nothing against people who use CNC, but everything's done old school, porter and whatever, by hand. All right, so he's had it for quite a while, but we'll talk to you about that on another video. And then you've got Robert's there, look, which is on the ramp, as you can see. You see that lovely big brake caliper staring at you. We'll talk about that, why that's back on the ramp. It's transmission side of it, so nothing to do with the motor, that's all sweet. It's just we'll talk about that. It's a 4th gear synchro is decided to wear and start crunching from 5th to 3rd, finishing off the road testing. All right, so we'll address that and talk about that later. I could have done without that. I didn't plan to do that, but the car's here, so and then we'll talk about what upgrades we're going to use on that, because obviously we found a weak spot with the synchro, so we need to address that and upgrade it. But anyway, back to Stephen's Mark III Focus RS. So let's crack on with that, and then we can continue the vid soon. Yeah, that's if you don't fall asleep, Laura. Yeah, see you in a bit. Right, guys and girls, so you guys and girls, you join us, guys and girls, back on the Mark III Focus RS, magnetic grey, lovely. Do you like this colour? So, as you can see, exhaust is all fitted. Mud flaps are fitted, look. They look really cool. And you can see them down there, look, on the down to the front there, look, Laura. You'll be able to see them on the front arches as well. Looks really cool. And also, what else we've added to the mix is the Raise Super Light wheel nuts. And I said before, we always fit them. I'm not a great fan of the originals. They're just, it's the same wheel nut as what they fit on any other. You know, no disrespect to, on that falling off, Lord, do we? To any other, and the rest of the Fords, but they use the same chrome wheel nut, and it just, they swell up, and then it becomes a 20 mil, and then the cover comes off, and it becomes an 18 mil. They're just, yeah, they're not very good. So we just swap them out for them. They are expensive, what they are, the Race ones, but they are fantastic. All right, and they're super light alloy, and it comes with a locker as well. So, and it just, I think it looks much better with the wheel as well. So as you can see, Scorpion exhaust is all fitted. We'll fire it up in a minute and let you know what's going on there. Spin around it a little lower and have a look at that. Just letting you dwell on that for a minute, look. So you can soak it all up, yeah. So basically, we're going to, like we said, we're going to service it. That's what you see there. We put a Forte engine flush in it. We've got the advanced petrol treatment, which is like a post-combustion treatment. Oil filter, sump plug and washer. Plugs, LTR, cooler running plugs, gap them down to 26 day we do. Pollen filter, goes without saying, we always do that. The oil, the 040 Castrol Edge, which is the normal stuff to put in it. Upgraded air filter, which would be the Revo. We're not going to call it cylindrical. Sort of like, isn't it? It's a mixture between cylindrical and conical, don't you think?
It is.
Right, and then we got the rear motor mount, really important. As I said before, you know, you guys who follow the guys and girls that follow the channel, you'll know what I always talk about that. It's a must. Change the rear motor mount, especially if you're putting more power and torque through it, and then, you know, you're going to just benefit the best you can out of what you're trying to achieve, really. So we'll swap that one out. SPS switch, well, that's because we're putting on Revo Stage 1 software. I've already done the recirc valve and the sound suppressor. I'm not going to bore you with showing you that. We took pictures, but you've seen that before, videoing that. Again, the rear motor mount, you've seen that. I've showed you that many times on the ST250 and the Mark III Focus RS. It's all the same. So again, I won't bore you with showing you all that. I'll talk about it when it's fitted and all that sort of stuff. All right, so what we're going to do now is fire it up quickly, and you can have a listen to the exhaust before I start getting involved with doing the servicing side of it. All right, so You'll have to bear with me because it's got a ghost on it, which is can be a little bit tricky. So this one, these mics come in handy. They're really good. So then you can, yeah. So you can do this. So just make sure that don't want to drop off. Yeah, it's really cool. So completely different sound with the Scorpion. They've got their individual sort of like tone, haven't they? But this one's quite good. I took it home last night just to settle it in. It's quite throaty, quite bassy. You still get quite a few pops and bangs on the standard software, but when we put the Revo software on it, it'll be more random and it'll be more of it, put it that way. But it sounds quite good. I'll give it a few little blips. This is non-valved, so we already had the valve delete with the defeater in it, so he didn't want that, so that's what we've done. So it's just come off cold start now, look. I'll test it again. I haven't been up to like cruising motorway speed at the moment, but from what I've experienced before, it'll be really good. It's not going to be droney or anything, but don't forget it's going to echo in here because you know, it's a workshop, isn't it? You get some nice little explosions right there, Laura, wouldn't you? You think that he was in a gunfight or something here, wouldn't you? Being attacked. But anyway, so that's pretty cool. Let's shut that down a minute. So there we are. It's all good, but we'll show you more when we put it up in the air, and I'll do the rear motor mount. I'll show you the exhaust and talk about it when it's a little bit later. So I need to crack on the service, get all these bits and pieces done, load up the Revo STG1 software. Customer's already been in and had a little nose around just to see what we're getting up to and how much further forward we are with it. Yeah, so we can have it back today. So pretty cool. So see you in a moment. Right, so you join us around the front of the Mark III Focus RS. So got the Revo authorised dealer number plate on it as usual. Revo filters inlet, as you can see that, Laura, peeking through the hexagons. Spark plugs are done. No point showing you that, there's nothing really to see, but that's all done. Gap down as we said accordingly. All the filters all done. Some plugs all done. Oil's in it. Just got to put the under tray up. Rear motor mount's fitted. Look, a lot of you have seen that before. It's just me repeating it all the time. You've seen the rear motor mount over there. It's nothing really too much to see. It's, you know, just walk around here. Look. So we've got everything rigged up. We've done this did need a superseded file. So like I said before, you don't know until you go in with the Revo tool, and then it needed a superseded stock file to bring it up to date. Done that, and then now it's just loading up the Revo STG1 software. So they take a little bit of time on the Mark III Focus RSs. Some are quicker than others, but you always allow for, you know, a couple of hours if you've got to do a, you know, hour and a half, couple of hours to do 2 installs really. So once we've done that, we'll take all this off, and then on the trail, I'll take it out for a road test, get some info off it, and then yeah, come back, finish up, and then the customer can go and have some fun. So I think that's about it for a second. So we'll be back, well, shortly. 3, 2, 1, I'm back in the room, yeah? Okay. Right, so I've just come back from road test. Done my usual checks on it, and yeah, when you forget what these Revo STG1s are like, then obviously the Stage 2's even another level again, but fantastic. It's so much fun in these. So, you know, that's what I always say. What I've done on this is the exhaust gives you that much more thrill of excitement when you're driving it, because you get all the, you know, much more pops and bangs out of it, and it's more, you know, aggressive, isn't it? Scorpion exhaust, really good. So happy with that. Recirc, sound suppressor on these, plugs and all that sort of stuff. Rear motor mount, just the complete package really, and they go really well. They're you know, you can change on, obviously on the Mark III Focus RS you've got different drive modes. ST250 you haven't, so it just adds to the experience, doesn't it? So really pleased with that. Bit smelly because the exhaust is new. Laura did say, "Is somebody cooking? Is somebody having a barbecue or cooking over in one of the houses over there?" I said, "No, it's the exhaust, love. You know, it's a bit hot and a bit smeechy." Yeah. But yeah, so that's all good. We filled in the Revo passport. That's all done. The SPS switch card, I'll explain that to the customer when he comes in. But yeah, he's going to be well impressed with this, that's for sure. The other thing we better talk about while we're here is, because they're there, aren't they? So that's just a normal, well, it is for Mark III Focus RS. So we better talk about it. It's the right size, 235/35/19, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, from one of our technical partners out other side of town, Tavistock. Tyre Marks. The man who owns it's called Mark. Hey, yeah, bum bum, yeah. You can laugh, Laura. You can pretend, make a laugh up, yeah? Yeah, all right. Right, so that's that one. That's the 4S. That's for Robert. He wants a spare wheel on his Mark III Focus RS because he's putting a cage in the back of it and wants the spare wheel. It's a good idea. These are for my Focus RS. So basically what I'll do, this is the new, well, they've been in it for a little while now, I suppose. So this is the Cup 2s, but these are the Connect ones. So inside, look, this little thingy-me-jiggy-me, who'd-you-me, watching me call it, in there, is where the sensor goes in. So basically it's mainly for track and all that sort of stuff. So you get the sensor kit from Michelin, the sensor goes in there, it's designed to, that's so you can like swap it over, take the sensor out when tyre wears out. It's not bonded in there. And then that's all Bluetooth to an app on your phone, so you can, your tyre pressures, well, they read tyre pressures anyway, but it also reads tyre temperatures, so it's quite a good bit of kit on that. So basically what I'll do is I'll run them on 2 sets of Revo wheels, so they'll go on for the summer use, and then on the winter I've got another set of wheels where the 4Ss go on. Only recommend the Michelin. They're just the best all-round tyre, and these are fantastic when you get these up to temperature, especially with the brake setup and the suspension on our RS. It's just mind-blowing. But anyway, enough about that. That's for another day, isn't it? So Stevens, yeah, fantastic. Really pleased with that. Mud flaps look really cool. He's going to be really excited. So anyway, so we'll end it there. Owners of Mark III Focus RS, please give us a call if you want the MJP treatment. Revo, can't recommend it enough. Revo Stage 1, Revo Stage 2, and all the rest of the bits and pieces that go with it, because it gives you a bit of a choice, Scorpion, Miltech, whatever really. But yeah, so usual thing, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, little banner will come up, and hit all, and it will get notified then of your of any new uploads. Comments down below. Oh yeah, you can hear that, can you? Better go then.
Mr. Whippy.
Better go then, because the wife wants an ice cream. So we'll end it there. Thanks very much.
Ciao.
Ciao.